Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here, welcome. So, ignore the hair, I hope the lighting isn't too bad. So, the lighting is bad. So, at first you saw a little clip, or I'm gonna insert it here, where my how my makeup setup looks at the moment, and it's pretty messed up. It's It's really not organized. It's because I'm trying to work on this weekly, monthly basket thing. And I kind of think I figured out how I wanted to do it in August at least, and see how it goes. At the moment, I try to make myself a makeup basket, and we're gonna talk a little bit about the products I put out in the second for July. So you're having that update. But to describe what I'm gonna do in August is I'm gonna put everything back at its place, and I'm taking it out when I need it, and I'm leaving it on my desk. So next time, let's say I need a primer, I'm picking this and I'm just leaving it on the table. So the next morning when I need a primer, instead of picking another one, I try to stick for a certain time to the same one. And so if I see that I already have 3 primers in front of me, I'm not gonna pick for a 4th one. I'm just trying to pick one of the ones which I already used this month, so I can have a regularly use out of it, so I make progress and I can figure out if I like it, if I don't like it. And mix and match with, let's say, mix and match different primers with different foundations or different concealers, so, but I'm staying in the same range of the same 2-3 things per category I'm using, so I don't have my whole collection. If I always put it back, it's like I'm using something different every day, and we're trying to use stuff regularly so we can form an opinion. And then at the end of the month, we're gonna talk about what's on my table, what did I use this month, how did I like it. Maybe we got a product that I picked out at the beginning of the month, but it just was sitting there the rest of the month. Why didn't I choose it? Why? Yeah, all these questions we're gonna see at the end of the month. Now we're gonna do the recap for July. We're just gonna, in the order I have it here, and then we're gonna stick it back. So it's not a really good order, and yeah, in which order you put it on your face. So we have the light camera lashes, which I'm probably gonna use next month too. It's from Tarte. It's the Mermaid collection. I like it. I do open the roller lash one from Benefit too, but I just opened it this month and I shouldn't have done it. I should have left it closed because I pretty much like the Tarte one. The further on we go with it, the more I like it. So at the beginning, maybe it needs to dry out a little bit to get the fullest potential, but at first it was pretty a soft look and not dramatic, but at the moment I can do really good lashes. I have it on today with this one too, so I like it. I really like the formula. It's good until October if I use it for 6 months. So, and we have something in it still. Then we're gonna put back the brushes. They need to be clean too. Let's see the primers I got from Makeup Obsession, which basically is Makeup Revolution 2, and Revolution Pro, which is all Makeup Revolution. They have really a lot of names for the same thing. I have the pore reducing primer, and I have the prime and hydrate one. I used this more than this month, but so far I like both. I really have to do a comparison between this one and the Benefit Professional one, if they really are kind of the same thing, because this is a lot cheaper and you get a lot more, and I have the impression, but when I use this, that it's not the full, because I'm mostly wowed by this. I always have a good skin day when I use this. But with this one, it's kind of, it's okay, but I think this one does more. But it can be in my mind too, so it can only just be me and being kind of manipulated by high-end brand things. So I think I'm gonna try one day and do like a half-half, or just reuse it again, because I stick to this one this month. And yeah, the Prime and Hydrate, I use it for basically as a face cream when I need it, when I want to do my makeup. I use the Prime and Hydrate more when I need hydration. I combine it mostly with other primers and never use it alone, so I don't know how it works. It's mostly when I came out of the shower in the morning and I did my sunscreen and face cream in the morning, and but I did my makeup later in the day, so to have a fresh base and a hydrated base, I use this primer to have like another moisturizing base under my makeup, because time went by between my moisturizer and my applying of makeup. So we're putting these back. I used my YT balancing cream from George O.B. and my Yves Rocher sunscreen for the face. Lately I tried to mix it, so I used 1 pump of these and kind of same amount of these, mix it, and before I put it on in the morning, because I have the impression that if I put first the cream and then the sunscreen, if the sunscreen kind of isn't diluted, it clogs my pore and I get pimples and kind of, big pores, and it's not so good. I think next summer, because this will, I won't end it this summer. I bought a new one, which I'm planning using for the body, full size one. I think next summer I'm trying to get a sunscreen which is especially for the face, so it's kind of not clogging my pores. I don't know if you have any recommendations for good sunscreen for the face, so that's what I use. I also used a few times, a handful of times maybe, the Freedom Makeup eyeshadow primer. It's a really cheap eyeshadow primer, but I never used eyeshadow primer before because I kind of think it's not necessary. It's kind of an extra step. I personally think is, for me personally, kind of a nonsense step, because I never saw a difference. I kind of had, with some products, I even had the impression that it creased faster when using the primer. And I don't see, well, I use it today to try it out again. And since I use it now, I'm gonna try, but I think I'm gonna do a half-half too. So one with primer and one without primer some days, not on important days, to see what it really does and if it does really do something. I use it a handful of times, maybe mostly I forget about it because I'm not used to it. Next, today I used something different. Today I used the Even Steven, but the rest of the month until now I mostly used a mix of the Body Shop Fresh Nude Foundation, which is pretty light at the moment, but it's really good for winter, and the Hello Flawless Oxygen Wow by Benefit, which I must say gladly looks like I could use it up pretty fast. I used it maybe, it was kind of half raised when I got it, so it's not until fully at the bottom when you get a new one. I have it in the shades Petal. I'm plush and precious. Petal. That's what's written on the bottom. And it's kind of orange. I tried to mix them 50-50 and it's still kind of orange, so I can make it work to use a dab, but I think when I'm at the point where I'm really comfortable with the basket and I'm kind of going to do panning projects, I think that's one of the first things which gonna be in the panning projects, because I'm gonna try to make it work, but it won't work in winter, so it's only in summer when it can work, and even now it's kind of a struggle. You have to make it work. You have to blend it really good. If you use it pure without diluting it, it makes this orangey stripe until the hairline. It really doesn't look good. It doesn't look that bad in the bottle, but it's really orangey. This one has kind of, it looks pinky on the camera, but it has kind of a yellowy undertone. I'm a warm undertone, but it can't work with orange. So that's gonna go back. Next we go to blushes. I have the one from Tarte, the Fairy Flush, the limited edition, which I used really often. Maybe not so often at the beginning of the month, but I use it really regularly and it basically looks untouched. I use it really often, like, I don't know, 3 times a week, and it basically looks untouched. It's kind of in the middle, you can see, but you don't need that much, and I'm really not, you can build it up. I'm really not try to save any product when I use it, but it basically looks untouched and I like it. I'm probably gonna take it out again next month. Then we have the one from Colourpop, Prenup, which I mostly used at the beginning of the month, and then I want to switch it up. And you see, I already have a good dip in it. It's a really nice color. I really like it. It's kind of a creamy version of the Tarte one. They're kind of similar in color, and I like it for the summer now. I think it's really cute, and I'm probably gonna pick it up next month again. Then I have from Lancôme the Macaroon blush in the shade Coral. I used it a few times, but I wanted to have a cream alternative to the Colourpop one, because I like the cream consistency and I want to try other colors, but this one is really flashy. It's really in your face, and I don't know, you really don't need a lot, and it's kind of, this one is more natural blending in. This one is a pop of color and I like it, but it's not an everyday kind of thing, so I didn't use that very often, but I like to pick it out from time to time. Next we have the Sleek palette in Pumpkin 363, and mostly I use the shade Pea Pie, the orange one. I mix sometimes Lantern and Squash, I think it's that how they are called. So the red one and the pink one, sometimes I mix. Just dip into 2, just lightly, just like one time I dip on this cheek and dip on that cheek, and then I blend it out. But with the orange one, I like to use from time to time. I didn't use this today, I used the Tarte one, but it's really nice. You can blend it out, it doesn't look orange, it looks nice. I really do like it, and I used it quite a few times, but it looks really untouched. You can see in the middle a little bit of use, but it looks untouched. There are like 20 grams on this. It will hold me a long time, but I like it. I'm pretty happy with it. I'm probably gonna take it out again next month. Next we're going to the bronzers. I used Hoola Light and the original Hoola pretty every day. I'm really in love with this combination, and I think I'm gonna put them now back. I'm taking them tomorrow right out. I really like, I don't know if it's only the minis, but the minis smell a lot intenser than the normal one. This, which is also a mini one, smells like nothing, and the Hula Light ones, the mini one, really has a smell, and it smells good. I like it. It kind of smells fresh. But you can see that I used the printing in of there was written Hula Light is kind of nearly disappeared. Well, it's not disappeared, but I make progress. There's like 2.6 grams in it. I'm gonna have a while with it. I like it. I think it's holy grail. Oh, no? Closest we can get to that with the Hula. There's no real dip in it. There's no... Yeah. I use the products, but I use it for 1 month. This is a lot of progress for 1 month, I think. And I like to see that. Which I like to do is taking the Hula Light, putting it more on a bigger scale on my cheeks, and then using the Hula, just doing like more lightly and kind of contouring with it. But I really like the combination for summer of both. You kind of, this gives me the color back, natural color. I could kind of use it. It's a little bit of darker powder shade for me. And then this one to kind of give definition, to kind of contour with it. I'm not doing like contouring your nose and really contouring, just giving like a shadow on the chin. No? I got a ColourPop highlighter, Lunch Money. It's a Super Shock Chic, which I really like to use at the beginning of the month too. There's a dip in it. I even had pan in the first few uses because I kind of pushed it when I tried to get some out. Then I closed it again because it was kind of a fake pan. So that's how far we are now. I think I can use it. I like it. I really do like it. Next we got the High Beam one, which kind of got lost in the stuff which was laying here. It's a mini. I need to use it up, kind of. I use ColourPop and I want different, more liquidy kind of highlighters to get a more natural glossier-like look. So I pulled out the High Beam, but I kind of never used it. I kind of used powder after that. So I need to try to use it up because it's going bad. In July officially, I bought it 6 months ago, so I kind of need to use it up. Then next we got Tribeca highlighters from my new haul. I got Topaz Flashes Guild, which I used in the last days sometimes, and Citron Flashes Apricot, which I used a few times the last days. I like it. I use it today too. It's more like the natural color of all of them. It's golden with peachy with a pinkish sheen. I don't know if you really can see it. Ooh, that's a lot of light. Yeah, it's my highlighter. No, it's not. Yeah, I like it. I'm gonna pull it out again, I think, but we'll see. Next we got the Hourglass ambient lighting palette, which I really like. It's today the first time I used it that I kind of looked into the mirror and tried to catch the sun, where it looked glittery for me. The other days I never saw any glitter on it, so maybe I looked really glittery the whole month. So that's how far we came. There's already, you can see that the dome on this one is much smaller than the dome on this one. I used this the most, this the second, and this not so often, only a few times. So I don't know if you can see that this dome is much more raised than this one, even this one. But this is like the most used out of the highlighter shade. So if I use this one, this one only as a finishing powder with is dim light, it's kind of a little bit too dark. It's like it gives kind of a little bronze to my skin too. So I mix this too, which is incandescent light, to use as a powder kind of all over my face. Then I use a little bit of radiant light, not every day, but mostly, kind of. If I'm lazy, I skip it. If I want to do everything, I do it. Radiant light to kind of give like a bronzer topper, which gets kind of shimmery, but it gives kind of a little bit of bronzer tone too, so it's kind of a little bit dark for me. And then I'm using incandescent light, like in highlighter, using it on my cheekbones, on the nose, on the forehead, on Cupid's bow, on the chin, maybe even a little bit here. But today is the first time where I use radiant light and incandescent light, so the bronzer shade and the highlighter shade, kind of to highlight a little bit my body. So a little bit here on my bones and a little bit on the shoulder, like Tati does it. Like Tati. And I kind of look scared on here. So I'm trying to use the Tati move. And it worked with radiant, with the bronzer tone, kind of giving a bronzy goddess, highlighting shimmery, but it kind of looked, if it hits the light, it's glitter. It looks kind of like glitter on my body and on my face, so we're gonna keep that in mind the next day, because I'm doing my makeup inside and then I go outside. And if I'm always super glittery when the sun hits me, I never knew. We're gonna see. We're gonna investigate. But I liked it a lot. I even don't know in which drawer I'm gonna put it. But I'm probably gonna put it out tomorrow again. Next we're gonna do brows. I used, until I colored my hair a few days ago or a week ago, I used the Yves Rocher one in number 2, which is like a dark brownish on the taupey, not taupey side, but the ashy dark brown. But like I said, I colored my hair and now it's not the perfect match anymore. So I kind of mixed the shade of a lip pencil from Makeup Revolution, which is in this nude cool thing, and the Douce one in the color ash brown. Yeah, mixed both to do like a more on the warm side. It kind of looked like I have brown eyebrows now, but there is like a reddish undertone thanks to the lip liner, kind of the base. And I used my Pixi by Petra Brow Tanner Brow Gel, which once was clear but it isn't anymore, which is the only one I got, so I'm gonna probably pick this out tomorrow again. We got the lip liner, which I really like. It's really cool. I use mostly the one which I use for my eyebrows. I already used on my lips, and nudish, more on the cool side lip liner too from this. Then I have a Tarte lip liner, which I use pretty often at the beginning. There's not much progress. If I roll it down, it's only a few millimeters. Which is pinkish. I use it really a lot at the beginning of the month. Then I've kind of wanted to use different stuff, but I like it, so I'm gonna put it back, but probably gonna pick it out again in a few days if I remember. Today I have on my lips the from I Love Makeup Molten Chocolate, and I don't know which color. I don't know. It's kind of not written on it. Yeah, that what I have on my lips today. But I just picked it out today, so it kind of doesn't count, I think. I have the Jeffree Star liquid lipsticks and Yummy and Cherry Red. I only used Cherry Red once or twice. It's a really pretty color, but it kind of doesn't really dry down on me, so it's never really kiss proof and smudge proof, which it's a really bright color. And it's a pretty color, but I kind of have to figure it out. Some other YouTuber had it too in a swatch video or something, and I commented that, yeah, like I said, it's kind of never smudge proof on me. And she said maybe it's because of the heat that I have to put it in the fridge and then it will be like it should be. So I'm maybe gonna try that. I forgot about it, so we'll see. Then Yummy is really orange if you use it on its own, but I like to use it with one of the nudes. So I put a nude lip liner all over my lips, and I just dabbed this in the middle. So I put one dot in the middle and I dab it out to get like an ombre with orange in the middle, and I kind of build it up until it's like I want it. And then mostly I put over Some Girls from Marc Jacobs, which is a lip gloss, and you can see that I use it pretty a lot. And I love it. It's kind of my favorite lip gloss at the moment. I also pulled out Sugar Sugar a few days ago. But I went back to this one really quickly. So I think that the pink one is kind of my everyday color. So I really love it. If I should empty it, I'm probably gonna buy it again, because then I emptied it really fast and I never emptied a lip gloss, even a mini, but I love it. Next we have face primers or settings, not really setting spray, finishing sprays. I have the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea, which is almost empty. There's just a little bit still in it, and it's kind of harder to get it out at this point to really make it spritz. And it kind of drops from time to time, so it's on its last leg. But I already got a new one, and I kind of think I'm gonna pull the rest of this one and the new one, so we're all good. And then I also used the MAC Fix Plus, which at first when I got it, I was really disappointed with it, and it didn't really work for me. It doesn't do much for me, so I kind of switched to using it only to wet my brushes. So it's getting a purpose, and I'm not wasting it. But lately I like it. I kind of use this lately because this is nearly empty and I'm not ready yet to open the new bottle, so I used this to replace it the last few days, and it was okay. I'm debating about or thinking about what I'm gonna do when it's gone. We're now like halfway, or a little bit more than halfway. If I would buy it again or if I wouldn't, and I think if I would buy one with a scent, because that's the thing from the Tarte one which I like the most. It smells fresh, it gives me a nice experience, and I'm not even sure if it does a lot for me and for my skin and for my makeup, but it makes me feel better, so it makes me look better because I feel better, so it's a nice experience, and I like it how it smells and everything, and I would recommend it. But this doesn't have a smell, and I don't know if it does a lot for me. So the sun is getting weird, so we're trying to finish it. Lastly, my perfume is the Yves Rocher Coconut, which I really like. I use all the time, and I'm gonna finish it. Already bought a new bottle because it's the only perfume I really use. I have some samples, but I don't really care about them. So that's everything for July. Like I said, I'm gonna put everything back on its place where it belongs, which is still out from July. And then on August, we gonna just pull out in the morning when I do my makeup. I'm gonna pull out what I want. I'm gonna leave it on my vanity. And then the next day I'm gonna try to use the same things. I'm gonna try to do the same thing for the palettes, but I don't know if I'm comfortable with staying a whole month with one palette, and if it gets up too much, I'm gonna put the ones back I'm only used maybe once. So we're gonna discuss only the palettes I used on a regular basis at the end of the month. Let me know what you think about it, what you think about the whole idea and the concept of how I want to organize my makeup basket kind of thing. So it would probably be called something like what's on my desk, and it's not a real makeup basket. But yeah, let me know what you think. So that's all for the update for July and the plans for August. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.